another day here in Bronie's world, and at Bronie's desk, this gorgeous cold winters who stay here in Australia. It's snowing in the mountains, so it's cold. But anyway, we have a special guest, a friend of mine who's been a friend of mine now for 4 years, because I've met him through this company. And he's affectionately known as the water doctor. And I believe Doc Wallach even calls him the water doctor. But Fred introduced me to his Harmony Health. He's the developer of the Harmony Health line of products that we have with our Harmony drops and our pendants here. And we have things that go on the back of the phone to stop all the things, you know, those things. And there's a little egg thing that you put in your fridge that also helps to keep your food longer and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, Bronie's not going to try and explain it all because
oh my God. This is too
friend's job. Well, I tell you what, they're the things that we have in his line here down under. There are other things in his line that we do not have the privilege of having here, but we have these. We have the Harmony drops, and that's as good as the quantum water. Well, it just is a cheaper way of doing the quantum water. Anyway, with no further ado, my dear friend Fred, water doctor man, I'm handing it over to you. Take it away, Miss Fred.
I appreciate it. And gang, if you weren't on two things. Number one, usually I have a virtual background, which is very pretty, etc. It's not working. I can't get it to work. I'm not a techie. And worked this morning. It's not working now. So it must be Bronie's fault. I'll blame it on Bronie. So
well, it's because you've come down under, and down under's decided it doesn't want it.
Absolutely. You have snow and cold, and we're 100+ degrees here in Texas. So how's that? Just the exact opposites. And but it's great for heating the pool. I love it, you know. So yes, you've got, oh, and by the way, if you can turn your cameras on, I can't tell you how much it helps a speaker or a guest when you have, oh, thank you so much, Liz. It just means so much. It isn't about your appearance, it's about you. Embrace, if you're dressed the way you are, it's because you want to be dressed the way you are. Then that's how you turn your camera on, and that's what we see, because that's what I want to see. I want to see who you are. And thank you, Liz, because I pick on everyone equally. But if I can't see
no, you don't. You pick on me even more.
Oh, absolutely. But you make it too easy, Bronwyn. And you talk funny. So
my husband says exactly the same thing. You just make it so easy.
Well, you say I got to keep this. By the way, what is my time frame? So I'm going to stick to it.
Well, we have an hour. So
oh my gosh. Okay, I will.
But but we have Q&A at the end. The Q&A.
I will shoot for 45 minutes, so we stay at the 1 hour. And I will open this up for questions after sharing a bit of information, because I love answering questions. Karen, there's never a question that I am afraid to answer. So I'm so glad you turned your camera on, Karen. Thank you so much. I'm speaking to people now, not blacknesses with words written on them. It is so frustrating for someone speaking. So anyway, the reason Bronwyn has me on is we have, with Doc Wallach, the most amazing protocols. Now, I've known Doc for over 40 years. I introduced him to the Dallas market on my Your Health, Your Choice radio broadcast. And I didn't know who he was when I got a call. Would you interview Dr. Joel Wallach? And I didn't know who he was. I asked a little bit about it. I said, sounds good, I will. Interviewed him, and I was blown away. I immediately said, Doc, I'll set up your first 4 lectures here in Dallas, Fort Worth, and I will invite my doctors and guests from our radio. And so I did. And he'd be in there, and he'd share, and he's just amazing. Except my doctors were turning around and walking away before they got to hear him. It's because he'd greet him at the door, and he'd go, "Hey, you in yet?" Now remember, this is 40 years ago. "Hey, you in yet?" And I'm like, oh my gosh, because he was just starting to build this army to push back against the medical monopoly and the pharmaceutical nightmare that we have to deal with, the jab people. So anyway, I said, Doc, after he did it 2 times, I said, Doc, if you do that again, I'm not going to set up any more lectures for you. Well, you don't tell Doc what to do. He's short, and kind of a Napoleonic complex, and he's captain of his wrestling team, and he was an MP in the military. And, so, you mess with Doc, he's going to win. And he's got a mind of his own. So the next meeting, he, of course, did the same thing. And I never set up another meeting for him for years. But we'd meet at major events. He'd say, and he'd say, hey, you got to, join me, etc. Well, about 13 years ago, time really goes, doesn't it, Bronwyn? 13 years ago, I was invited to, they said, third party said, Fred, Doc Wallach and his company, they need your water products. And so I looked at it out, and I quickly realized, and I tested the products, and I went, these are unbelievable. I have my own private line, uncompromised. And I tested what they had, and I said, oh my God, these things are just beyond unbelievable. They're so good and affordable. And I've said, okay, not cheap, but affordable. And I said, okay, but I said, they need my energy products. In order for these products to work, people's bodies, their cells have to be awake. Because we didn't yet have 5G. We didn't have 50,000 satellites, but we still had a lot of electromagnetic interference, and it was shutting people down. And I knew that if the army's asleep, does it matter how much food you put next to the sleeping army? No. Does it matter how much armament you give a sleeping army? No. What do you got to do? You got to wake the army up first. And so that's what I did. I told them, I said, you want these half dozen items for protecting the body, as well as restoring cell function and maximizing hydration at the same time, and helping to neutralize the free radical activity already in the body, so that Doc's protocols can work the way they've worked for him for years. But today, you may have noticed a lot of your new clients, have any of you experienced this with a new person, where you set them up on one of Doc's protocols and they call and say, this isn't working for me? It's like they give them loose bowels or diarrhea.
Yeah.
Anyone?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you wonder why? Well, I got the answer for you. It's because the body's perfect intelligence, which, by the way, that's what attracted me to Doc. I realized the first time I heard him on my radio broadcast, this guy trusts the body's intelligence. He doesn't try to tell the body what to do. He says, what can I do to support that natural intelligence of the body? He may not have looked at it that way, but that's what it is. And I said, okay, I can work with this guy. And plus, anyone that calls something the pig pack for arthritis, I could work with. I've got a sense of humor. And so anyway, I said, all right, we've got to get, the body's protecting itself, because people are crushed right now. They're not sleeping well. Every person that calls you and said, oh, I get loose bowels, I'll guarantee you, they're not sleeping well. They're tired during the day, and the digestion is touchy because their cell function is under 1%. Can you imagine trying to function? Women today, on average, are about 1/4% cell function at the cellular level, as well as the alternate cells. But anyway, that means 1 in 400 of your body cells are showing up for work. Commensal cells, that's what I was thinking. 1 out of 400 is showing up for work. The rest are asleep. Now think about it. If you had a business where you're paying 400 employees, but only 1 shows up every day, how long are you going to stay in business? And that's why those same people, they wake up in the morning, and we're talking to women, and women don't complain as much as men. We got a hangnail and we're babies. We're dying. You guys have babies. I mean, plural. No guy would ever have a second baby. So that's why God gave you that responsibility. But so, the body says, hey, I'm using every cell that's showing up for your survival, and I got barely enough for that. I'm not going to spare them to work with the nutrition. And the better the nutrition, by the way, the faster the body throws it away, until you get above 4 or 5%. And that is so important to understand. Once you get past 4 or 5%, and by the way, with your harmony drops, that'll take about 3 days. And I'll explain how you do it. And those harmony drops will do it almost as well as the Quanta water. You had the Quanta water, but you didn't understand enough to move enough of it fast enough. And it can't just, I mean, it'll last forever, but the company can't afford for it to sit on the shelf for a year or
Yeah.
two. So you lost it.
Or the
But we,
shipping costs don't help either. It was expensive to ship.
but that, you know, this is a company that, no,
Mm.
if you were moving enough of it, they'd have it there. They had it there, and that's bottom line. They'd have it
Mm.
there. It's just that it just can't sit there and them absorb the expense of shipping it all. But you know, Steve Wallach, our CEO, he's never balked at the cost. It's the value to your health as well as, because again, I give it to them at cost. My company doesn't really like the fact that I don't make a dime on the products that I provide longevity. That's a fact. I was questioned on that, but it's a reality. I make money on my product and my team, my organization, because I'm a builder. I've got a large organization. And that's it. I make it the same way you do. But I wanted the cost to be the same or less than if you were my best customer at ewater.com. And that is a fact. You can't get it for less. Plus, you know, you get special privileges, etc., with longevity. I don't know if you get free shipping or discounted shipping in Australia or New Zealand. Do you, Bronwyn?
Only if you on auto ship do you get free shipping.
Yeah, that's the same here. I mean, unless you're a new person, we sometimes have specials. But yeah, I call it smart ship. If we've
Mm.
got someone as crazy as Steve Wallach, that no matter how high the shipping gets, if you're on auto ship, you get free shipping. You're crazy not to take advantage of it. I mean, this is not 10% or more of your order.
Mm.
And so anyway, so back to, so the body's throwing this stuff away until you get to 4 or 5%. And then it says, okay, I got some extra cells here. I'll let them work with that nutrition. Because when you start turning the cells back on, and you know, like the Prohoba omega marine lipids, they promote nerve regeneration and nerve function. Well, if everything's been asleep for months and some of you years now, when you start waking those nerves up, you're going to start getting sensations and signals from those nerves saying, hey, we got a problem here. But that it's been ignoring. Yeah, it's true. And so sometimes we want to warn people about that. And that's a good thing. I love body response. You know what I hate? Lack of response.
Mm.
But I love body response. Now, I'm not talking about something, you know, on, you know, from some of the cheap garbage that's out there. Our stuff gives the body what it needs to function the way God designed it to function, plain and simple. So Quanta Water does not heal. Quanta Water does not provide nutrition. Quanta Water provides harmonic energy resources that allow the cells to wake up. God provided and still provides that energy, but we've smushed it down so low, that coherent energy. The water no longer is living water. It's all negative energy water. Isn't that awful?
Yeah.
You drink your water, even after you've purified it, and it sucks the life out of you. Oh, my gosh. And so the body has to try to structure it and get some kind of energy so it can get into the cells. And it's using resources that, oh, wait a minute, they're not there in the first place. So you're depleting yourself even further. The food is being hammered, the plants and animals are being hammered by the same electromagnetic overwhelm that you are, which is
Mm.
making you exhausted. Your animals are exhausted. They just can't tell you. The plants, the photosynthesis being compromised. The reason our plant-based minerals and all our products are so incredibly better than anything else I've ever used, and I'm old, been doing what I do a long time, since I was 27. And the bottom line is we get our minerals encapsulated where the vegetation from way long ago never fossilized. You can reach in and crunch it with your hands. It's like dried peat moss. You know what peat moss is there, right? I'm sure you
Yeah.
got peat moss.
Yeah.
So think dried peat moss. They don't have to use heat like the others that, you know, are trying to extract minerals from fossilized vegetation. We don't have to use chemicals to extract those minerals from fossilized vegetation. We just put it in cold water for a couple of days. It totally hydrates, and then they filter it. And it's got the rare earth minerals that wealthy people, if Doc allowed the extraction of those rare earth minerals, he could get thousands of dollars per ounce of those rare earth minerals. He leaves them in there for us. And that's one of the real secrets. The second secret they have is they know how to ferment the key products like Beyond Tangy Tangerine, super greens. Fermentation is so important, and it's not happening in your small intestine anymore. Oh, because your cell function is so low. And even when you turn your cells back on, that fermentation takes a long time to come back. But it's supposed to be happening in your small intestine because that's what creates hundreds of thousands of new compounds, so small from the minerals and nutrition that you eat. That's what gets in the cells and gets past the blood-brain barrier, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Not happening. But it is in the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. It is in the super greens. And our plant-derived minerals are so small, you can't get them any smaller. They're up to 1,000,000 times smaller than the metallic form that's in the earth of the same mineral. Now, I don't know about you, but I get excited about that because that's been, a friend of mine, Elmer Heinrich, he paid a lot of money to have one of these, what is it, electron microscopes. Check it out. And they told him, I said, these things are so small that they're up to 1,000,000 times smaller than what we see in the earth. That's what plants do. That's why it's so important when you see that plant derived. So he said, why is Fred talking about all this? I thought he was going to talk about, well, what's the purpose of using these if you don't understand the problem? If you don't understand, this is the way for you to uniquely do something that no one else can do for your customers. No one else can do it for you, is get you sleeping again. You can take all the products you want in the world, and sometimes I think the company doesn't like me saying this, but we've got some incredible sleep aids, natural sleep aids. They don't work if your cells are all asleep already, but you're not able to sleep because they're asleep. It takes coherence to sleep. And with the cells all shut down, you get chaos going rampant. It's like defunding the police over here. Crime goes rampant. Well, we got to get the cells turned back on. And this is how you do it. I'll show you. It's this simple. And by the way, there's simple tests that you can do. And I teach muscle testing, 4 forms of muscle testing in a 3-hour period, better than anyone ever taught me. And I'm very good at what I do. So I can tell your cell function, any one of you online here, if you said, I want to know my cell function, I can tell you, and I'll be accurate like that. But this is the key. I teach you how to do the same in 4 different ways sequentially so that when you get to testing with one hand like this, it took me 12 years to master this. Every one of you is mastering this by the 3rd hour, which really pisses me off. But I'm happy. I'm happy that I can teach it better than anyone ever taught me, but it's because I do it sequentially, and I am a teacher at heart. That was my profession for years, and very specialized. But anyway, so when it comes to muscle testing, you can then run tests. Go hum. No, I'm kidding. So iPhone there, but anyway, so when you can test people, like they're placed on top of the head, your governing vessel, and this is the stress point. Simple tests, and they go weak. You put a single drop per 100 pounds of body weight on the back of their hand, and they rub it with the back of their other hand for a second, and you retest, and everything's strong. You've just shown what a drop of coherence can do to clear all the stagnant energy you're collecting all day, every day and night now. You clear it instantly with a single drop or 2 of harmony drops. Whoa. What do you have to explain after you run that test? You don't. You just say, give me back my drops. And they go, I want those drops. You see, the key is I like people buying. I don't like selling. And that's a fact. Never was a good salesman, but I move millions of dollars of product a year because I provide solutions. I don't sell product. Solutions involve products. So a person who wants to get well generally will purchase between anywhere from $400 to $800 or $900 worth of product from me the first month, so that the second and third month they're less than half that, and by the 4th month they're cruising along at about $100, $150 a month to maximize their health. I save them thousands of dollars, years of frustration by being honest with them and telling them how to do it right. And if you listen to Doc, he doesn't sell product. He provides complete solutions. Oh, that seems like a lot of stuff. Well, yeah, if you no longer want to be on dialysis, yeah. If you want your kidneys to function, yeah. If you want your heart to work, yeah. If you want to get rid of your circulation challenges, or you go to the doctor and take meds. Dummy. It's not the answer. You know, headaches are not caused by a shortage of aspirin. Trust me.
No.
Doc and I want to get rid of the cause of the headache. Now, when you have a headache, take whatever you need to get rid of the pain. I've been through pain. I understand. All right. You know, I died twice in a 3-year period. The second time we finally figured out why, because everyone's going, including me, why? I'm Fred Van Liew, Fred Van Liew, Fred Van Liew. You see, damage done to my body before I was even a teenager should have killed me by time I was 45, I found out. I bought myself 20 extra good years because I had changed so much by the time I was 30. You don't know what you don't know. And you do not want to have a blood clot drop you like a stone. You feel nothing. You drop. Bam! That happened in my living room. But I had been taking 3 of the nutritionals that we have in longevity that prevent blood clotting and break up existing blood clots. I had stopped all 3 a week and a half before I dropped of a blood clot on my birthday. God's sense of humor. But see, God set it up because I was having trouble healing as fast from the first time I died diving. I couldn't figure out why. I'm not a half-speed guy. And the bottom line is that the second time they ran tests, they found that the blockage around my heart was not just one artery, it was all 3 arteries, but the other 2 were 100% blocked. So I had gotten a 95% blockage down to 65% with Doc's protocols, etc., and what I already knew. I mean, I've been doing what I do for years, but doing it with longevity is just so much easier, so much more fun and effective, I will say. But the second time around, they said, all right, that's 95 to 65%. If I were all 65%, I could run marathons. But the other 2 were 100% blocked. They never bothered to test the other 2, the first outfit, a year and a half before. And I said, oh, man, I said, sorry, I got an itchy nose. So then I knew. So I actually had a triple bypass. And I'll tell you, you know, when you gotta, you gotta. But I would rather you never have to have a triple bypass. So take advantage of what's there for you. And the other thing is, both times that I died within a 3-year period, I was told other people do not survive what I went through. I don't make this up. Dive master, dive shop owner, he said, Fred, known me for 12 years, said, Fred, other divers do not survive what you just went through. But it is that nutrition that you're always talking about. And by the way, it got him, so he was taking quality nutrition, transformed his life, looked healthier, and got married, had a kid. Wonderful. But anyway, the second time with the you know, I coded twice in my living room, and my stepson, who happened to be doing laundry at 10:30 at night on a Friday night. Are you kidding? He never did laundry at our house at 10:30 at night. But he's son of a chiropractor and an airline pilot. He knew CPR. So God had me drop right there. I just said goodnight to the dogs, turned around, and evidently went boom. He heard it, came out. He mouth to mouth, whole deal. I knew none of it. I mean, he brought me back twice until the ambulance came. Fire station's just down the road. 8 minutes later, I coded 5 more times.
Wow.
They asked my wife the 5th time, do you want us to paddle him a 5th time? I had the burn marks for literally months. And I said, you had your chance, sweetheart. You blew it. We wouldn't be talking if she had said no. So, but I'm glad she said yes. And I decided to stop arguing with God. You have a purpose, folks. Even if you don't know what it is yet, you have a purpose. Get your feet in motion, because God's promise is he will guide your footsteps, but you got to get them in motion. And say, to have the energy to go help other people. And we have a unique opportunity to invest ourselves in other people with no guarantee of return. That's the crazy part of what we do. Bronwyn's silly enough to think that if she invests in other people, enough of them are going to actually be productive, that it'll make it be worthwhile. Wow, I got to get rid of this itchy nose. Sorry, give me a second. Right? Oh, yeah. Woo. Okay, so, and that's what we do. But look at her. She's so happy. It's ridiculous. I have never been happier in my life than I am at 73 years of age. That's an absolute fact. Now, part of what remains, I look great from, here up, but no exercise for 7 years. I still have a belly. Now I've come down 25 pounds, but I came up a lot and it's just really frustrating. But I also have a problem with my feet. My legs, the circulation, my heart is about 30% function. It was 22%. I damaged my heart very severely. Now, yeah, this is a guy whose heart is very severely damaged, and I'm happier than I've ever been. I just can't walk much. Who knew? But I should have been dead if I didn't have Doc Wallach and the knowledge I'd gained over the years since I started making major differences at 27 years of age. And the bottom line is, that's the reason you need harmony drops. The first thing is you got to wake up the cells. So you say, why did you spend half of your time, Fred, talking about what the problem is? Folks, if you don't help people understand what the challenge is, I mean, some people are so dense here, they don't realize they've lost 30% of their income to inflation here in the States. You have to point it out. And they go, oh, yeah. So what do? You make more money. How do you make more money? Share what you got with other people. But first, you experience it yourself. All right, Bronwyn said these cost less than Quanta water. Not true. In order to use enough of these in the course of a month to get you from your 1/4% if you're a woman, the average man is 1/2%. See, 0.5%. Yep. So iPhone, you are at 1/2%.
The delivery cost is less.
What's that? Oh,
the delivery cost is less.
Each bottle costs less, but yeah, you need 16 bottles of the Quanta water, and you just every 30 minutes, a little squirt on your mouth, half a teaspoon, while you're awake, and you'll go up about 2% per month, per day.
So the drops, yeah.
Harmony drops, it's 1 drop per 100 pounds of body weight. 1 drop. If you're 140, 150 pounds, it's 2 drops. All right, don't be cheap. I'm serious. You want to get the job done. Every 30 minutes, use a timer. If you don't use the timer, what happens? You don't get the results. You don't get results. You use a timer. And don't say, well, I can remember. You will fail. And you know what happens if you fail? I don't like failure. I will come over there and I will beat you up.
So every 30
minutes. Don't waste my
time. I set my phone when I first started doing it for every 30 minutes, and it drove my husband crazy. Why is your phone always going off? Well, I got to keep the drops up. And he reckoned he could remember.
Yeah, now let's see. 230, 68, 69. You're at 68%, 68, 69%. That's very hard to be that high with all of this overwhelm. Didn't used to be so hard, but you're as high as I am right now. Congratulations. Now, to stay up there, I do have Quanta mugs. So if you're traveling all the way over here in 2 weeks to be at my barbecue, my leadership barbecue in Dallas or Mesquite, Texas,
you wish.
Registration, you get one free. And they're $119, but you can get them for less, But they're not in the longevity line, but they totally support them because this eliminates the need to keep buying the Harmony drops to keep your cell function up. You just use the Harmony drops. Oh, another thing the Harmony drops do, when you put them on the back of the hand, they clear, as I was stating, all that stagnant energy. Do that twice a day. Because if that stagnant energy is blocking your liver function, and it is, if you do a liver cleanse, all of a sudden you feel like you just flushed a plugged toilet. You don't want to do that. It doesn't feel good. And it's the stagnant energy. You put the drops on, clear the stagnant energy, and boom, it makes it so much easier to respond to everything. And be consistent, and you get both the cell function up clear, keep clearing the stagnant energy all day. In that first 30 days, you will go from minus or 0.5% or 1/4 of 1%, and many women are less than 1/4 of 1%. 1 in 500 of their cells are showing up for work. I don't know how the body even functions that way, but it does, but nothing works. And you know what I'm talking about, those of
Yeah.
you that are there. And then, so, so you do it for 30 days, you'll be almost 60% function. 60%.
May I just add there, because Fred, you know, some may not realize this. You're saying every 30 minutes, set your phone or timer for that, only during your waking hours. We do
Yes.
not expect you to get up every 30 minutes through the night. It defeats the purpose. Just making that clarity there.
But I wait for that question. I love having that. No, you have to have your spouse get up and wake you up every 30. No, just one.
Now listen here, Karen's got a comment in the, because Karen had to turn her phone off because she's in the car and it got hot, so she turned her camera off, and she said, is there a limit to how many harmony drops we can have a day? And she puts it in her coffee. And then she went on to say she has one of those mugs, but her husband stole it, so she needs another one.
Well, one of you would have to, I would say, take the responsibility of, you know, having a half dozen or a dozen of them shipped over, which I give you a steep discount doing it that way, because you have the shipping costs, and then, or get orders in advance and then order them collectively, so you're not each paying ridiculous shipping costs, etc., to get it over there.
That's one of the many things that I've been actually wanting to do, is to get.
It will save you a lot of money. But anyway, yeah, putting this in your coffee, you probably noticed the coffee tastes so much better. It neutralizes the free radical nature of all the poisons and toxins that are used to raise coffee. If you don't use all of those, you know, fungicides, etc., you lose 60%, 40 to 60% of your coffee crop. Now, by the way, I don't know if you have it there, but we have the new Taza, you know, coffee with.
It's coming. It's coming. The instant coffee is coming.
I'm telling you, I am a fresh coffee bean grinder coffee fanatic. This stuff tastes so freaking good. And it's so fast. You just put the boiling water in the cup and then add and it immediately dissolves. And I'm not using the creamer any longer. I don't need to. It tastes great without it. It's a shame I'm not getting my collagen from my collagen creamer. Oh, the hazard of having great tasting instant coffee. Instant coffee was always to me.
Yeah.
This stuff is great. That's what the company does. They're not a Me Too company. They do their homework. They do the research. They'll finally come out with it, but it is always superb. So the harmony drops. This is the key. CHI as well as KEY. This is the key to your success with your clients and for yourself. You do this consistently. By the third day, you start taking your nutrition and your body is using it, and you can really tell the difference. Now, you can drink Rebound over the course of the day, not all at once, before you've got that 4 or 5%. You can microdose, swallow at a time. You know, you've got it, you know, put it in a bottle of water, put the drops in the bottle of water. Now, if you put these in any water, purified water, 1 drop per 4 ounces of water will maximize hydration and neutralize most of the free radical and erase any imprint left by chemicals and toxins and poisons that have been filtered out of the water. But the imprint's still there and you can react to that. This erases it. It is a tremendous tool. So now, is that high enough to get your cell function up? Nope. Is that going to be high enough to keep your cell function up? Nope. The mug gets everything up to 255,000 bioangstroms. 6,500 is neutral. Your bottled water, your tap water, etc., is averaging about 2,300. 6,500, 2,300. So you put the drops in, 1 per 4 ounces, you're going to get it to 20 to 30,000 bioangstroms, which is what a fresh fruit used to be before they too got pelted by all this overwhelm. So you put this in the water, and it will be in a positive range, so it's no longer pulling you down, but you're not going to go up. Quanta water is 2.76 million bioangstroms of coherence. The harmony drops, I'm not even going to tell you how high these are. It'll scare you. That's why just 1 drop, maybe 2, pops you up like a cork. And then you slowly come down, never quite as low as you were. And that's why 2% per day, if you use the timer. If you use a timer. success likes fast better than it likes slow. Don't drag this out for 6 months trying to get it up, because you can't get off the runway half throttle. I don't care how long you loop around the runways, you're not going to get off the runway at half throttle. It's full throttle, baby. Suck it all down until you get up. Then once you're up there, fumes. That's all it is. So your harmony drops are your jet fuel. Mug is your fumes. Or use the harmony drops ongoing to keep your cell function up, because they don't turn off those satellites, those 50,000. They don't turn off 5G. They don't turn off the smart meters, the Wi-Fi routers. They don't turn off all this crap that they're putting on the airwaves now. So I hope that explains the harmony drops, because that's the most important. So when you talk about protecting yourself, your cell phone is one of the most damaging things on your body. You can actually, women put it in their bra sometimes. You ask any oncologist, he's always taking little tumors off right there where they put the phone. Men, they hold it right there on the hip and they start getting, little cancer on their skin.
Yeah.
Your EMR patch, it's only this big. This is between my case for my phone and my phone, or you can stick it on the phone. I like it between the case and the phone because I may want to switch my phone before this thing is given up the ghost. Now, they last about a year. Used to last longer, but the phones, these are major computers. I mean, you know that, right? I do 95% of my business on my phone. We have this Tony. She does all these beautiful graphics. She does them all on her phone. I can't do it on my computer. She does it all on her phone. It's amazing. You do too? Oh my God, you guys are incredible. So, and the EMR Smart Patch, I designed this for Wi-Fi routers and smart meters, 4 times larger than my other ePhone patch. But I put it on the phone and I found it was protecting up to 99%. There's nothing out there. You don't have any competition. There's nothing out there that offers anywhere near that protection from the cell phone, 5G and the whole kit and caboodle. This thing you could put in the inside wall of a smart meter. Without it, you're going to go weak standing 6, 8, 10 feet away from that wall. You put this on that inside wall, right where the smart meter is on the outside of the wall, and you can be right next to it. You don't go weak. Pretty amazing stuff.
Just getting back to that, Fred, because we talked about this last time, you and I had no idea that patch could be so effective that the smart, no, it's not a smart meter, the power box on the side of our house that, sort of would do that. I just never dawned on me that that's sucking our power. And we can put that on the walls. And now, look, people are going to say, but I don't want this thing sitting on my wall for all the world to see. Do you just need one, or do you need more? But you can put it behind a picture if you want.
Well, just one on the inside of the smart meter area. Now, the real protection is once you get to 40% or higher cell function energetically, which is 20 days of using your harmony drops, you can wear the EP2 Plus. You have these there in Australia. This is 90 to 96% protection from all negative energies, even your own thoughts. The only ones it doesn't deal with is the negative geopathics, the natural geopathic grid, and 5G. It'll protect you about 65%, which is more than anything else I found out there, but it's still not enough for me.
So you're saying, just let me clarify this because people out there want to know. So this is, like I said, when I first received mine, I just put it on. I had no idea I needed to get my cell function up first. So then I took it off.
Let me explain why. Let me explain why.
Okay.
Because different technologies. This, the EMR Smart Patch, which I can't even pick it up. EMR, this is a transforming technology. This deals with the 6 most harmful frequencies that all cell phones put off. German research. I don't know why the other people that put patches out or little bugs, I don't know why they don't bother to check the research. Or maybe they do and they don't know how to deal with it. But based on German, and it's so effective. but it's a transforming, it transforms, doesn't bring anything to the body. So it transforms it so it brushes your cheek instead of giving you a bloody nose all day. This is a receiver and amplifier. This is a virtual receiver and amplifier. This accesses the natural harmonic energies that support life that God has put out there. I don't know what they are individually, but I know that there is a field of them. And this brings those in. Now we've amplified the love harmonics just a little bit extra. And the reason we did that, that's why it's a stress pendant. You may have noticed that when you're in love, nothing bothers you.
No.
Until you get to the altar. But before then, nothing bothers you. And
What
that's
do
what
you
this
mean? I've been married almost 43 years.
never had an argument. I love it. Anyway.
No, that's not true. Look, those who say that are lying.
So anyway, so this is an accessing and amplifying. So it brings resources to the body. But like the nutrition, your body can't handle it. When you have nothing to work with, your body simply can't handle it. And so it's you've got to get your body up to 40%, or this will actually make you tired. It's still protecting you, but you get tired. The lower your cell function, the faster you get tired.
As a funny thing, my sister, who just passed away in America, she did exactly what I did and put it on straight away. And that's what she found. She said, "Oh, Ron, I feel really tired." And I said, "Well, it's supposed to not make you feel tired." But I didn't understand myself then either.
So picture it as the resources it brings to the body are like bags of potatoes. And unless you have the muscles that can carry the potatoes, they make you tired. So all of this good energy, that the coherence, like I said, you need coherence to have a good sleep. But if you can't handle it, you can't handle it. So, you by the 20th day of I keep so used to sipping Quanta water, of using the harmony drops on the back of the hand every 30 minutes, 1 drop per 100 pounds of body weight. 20th day, you can wear this all day long. No problem. And if you need to, all night. Now, I do recommend, if you have some kind of protection, that you take it off so your body can just look at what's really going on, because this is protecting you. But you do want your body to work with you and know, okay, this is this problem I got to deal with, and all. The resources are tremendous. However, if you don't, now I have like an amber shield, which is the ultimate protection from 5G and all forms of negative energies, but you don't have it over there. That you would have to order from here, or collectively get someone like Bronwyn to order it, and in a bunch of them, and confuse the heck out of customs, and they wonder, what are these dinosaur birds? This is what it looks like, so you can imagine what they think.
Oh, yeah.
You put this in your pillow and your sleep changes, because now your brain is not fighting off. It's not going in survival mode all night long while you're trying to sleep. It's in an energetic vacuum, and it's going, "Oh, who's this? Oh, this is Bronwyn. We haven't been able to pay attention to Bronwyn in months and years. Let's find out what's going on." And her dreams changed to these wonderful dreams instead of the nonsense. I never remember dreams. I remember them now, which is amazing at my age. So a lot of fun stuff that goes along with this. Now, let's see. You also have, this. You have the patch. And the egg. Yes, the egg. The egg you have. That egg will allow any produce or food to last 2 to 5 times longer, because these things have water in them, and that water takes in that coherent energy, and it regains what it was supposed to have but doesn't have now before you even put it in the fridge. But combined with the temperature in the fridge and the egg, all the food lasts longer. Oh, it tastes better too. If you have a melon or a watermelon, cut it open, taste it, cover it, put it in the fridge overnight, taste it in the morning. Eyeballs will turn to golf balls. That dramatic difference. It is so. I used to do that. I used to buy a watermelon anytime I had a house guest, have them taste it, and in the morning let them taste it again, just to enjoy their golf ball eyes. It's just such a little thing can make such a difference, and it'll save you the cost of your CEO pack. over several months, just in food not going bad, not having to throw it away. But the other part is you're bringing energetic resources to the body when you eat your food, whereas now you're just placating your palate and exercising your jaw because the food has so little anything, not nutrition and not energy now. So
how long does that egg last? How often do you have to replace it?
okay, well, I've only had them out there for now at least 25 years. They're still working. Every single egg, unless the fluid is somehow gotten out, every single egg still works, which is
So
mind blowing to me. Yeah, that's right.
no,
Because
I knew that, but I know people out there didn't.
I know you know
And
that.
and that when you told me that, I thought, oh my goodness, because okay, they're not exactly cheap to purchase. However, over the scheme of 25 years, that's nothing.
As I
So,
said, the
and
cost
to
of that,
save you on your food,
you'll regain the cost of that egg your first year easily, plus the benefits it's bringing to the body, which is really what it amounts to. When you buy drugs, they, you know, they bring nothing to the body. They destroy the body and the liver and give you temporary relief, but no cure. And it's just money down the drain. When you start a protocol, but you don't follow the protocol, you're wasting the money. You're not getting the results. So pay attention, follow protocols, get the results so you can share the results with others, because I'm telling you, your story will move more people than all the knowledge you can possibly have. Well, how does the egg work? I don't know, but the food tastes a whole lot better and it lasts a whole lot longer. But how does it work? I don't know. That's a great answer. Now, Bronwyn knows what my answer is. Someone says, well, how does it work? I say very nicely. And that's the answer. And the most brilliant woman that I know in the world, she genuinely is, Dr. Rima Levo. She asked me how, at the time, it was my appetite control mug, similar to the mug. And, you know, it would curb your appetite. Just you drank your liquids and your water out of that one and you would lose weight. You just didn't want to eat much. And she said, send me a mug. So I did. She was down in Panama. She changed nothing except drank out of the mug. In 6 days, she had lost 6 pounds. So she called me and she said, Fred, how does it work? I said, very nicely, Rima. Now, this is the lady who could teach me quantum physics and biology, etc. But then I explained to her because she could understand it. But I said, Rima, don't try to explain it. Share your experience. When you say, I used it for 6 days and lost 6 pounds, who's not going to say, get me one of the mugs? Am I right?
that's exactly right. Yeah.
Doesn't want to lose weight. So
But
that's
you don't have those mugs anymore, do you?
no.
But
No,
I'd imagine if you're getting your cell functions up with the harmony drops and the pendant and
and look,
protecting
it's
yourself,
much healthier
you would do
to
that.
satisfy your cells in your body with the nutrition, so that you start not eating the wrong foods and you start eating less because you're satisfied. You know, you're not munching and you don't even realize it all the time. You're losing weight in a healthy way and as fast as you want. Plus, we have outstanding weight loss, healthy weight loss support products that work really, really well. I don't know if you have the TMR shake over there, but that's our favorite. Oh, that's our favorite shake over here. That is a high protein, healthy, great tasting shake, #1 in Mexico. And in the States, I think of the longevities, I think it's now #1 too. It's just really good. I got it right down here. So when I get hungry, I got my water and I just reach and that way I don't go downstairs and start.
And do you put the TMR shake in your mug you've got there? Your glass? What do you call that glass?
What do you think? Of course I do.
Quantum mug.
One of my shakes goes in one of my quantum mugs. This is the larger 25 ounce. If you have, it just takes a little longer. I put it in there and it just this will take 5 to 7 minutes to energize this whole shaker from negative energy to 255,000 bioangstroms. Does it taste better? Yep. Does it taste smoother? Yep. Is it absorbed much more efficiently? Yep. Other than that, there's no reason for you to get a quantum mug. Now, if you don't have the quantum mug, you add the harmony drops to your shake, 1 ounce, 1 drop per 4 ounces of your shake. And it will make it more hydrating. It'll allow your body to use the nutrients much more efficiently. It will not be powerful enough to keep you up unless you use more drops. That becomes pricey. That's why I created the mug. I'm not trying to sell the mug. I'm not. I created them because there was necessary. I'd rather you put that $50 to $100 a month trying to keep your cell function up into your nutrition rather than having to just keep buying the harmony drops to keep your cell function up, because they're not bringing nutrition to your body. They're making it more efficient for the body to utilize the nutrition you bring to your body. But I just don't want people to miss. If you don't use the drops, people don't get the results. Do you understand?
Absolutely.
And they don't keep buying, because without results, there's no compliance.
That's right.
Let me repeat. Without results, there is no compliance. So I myself, if I'm using something that people say this is a great product, etc., and I'm taking it, but I'm not noticing any change, I'm not going to continue taking it unless someone whacks me up the head and said, Fred, here is what it's doing, and you're not going to feel it, but this is what it's doing, and you need that in your body. And it's got to be someone like Wallach or someone that I really trust at this point in my life for me to take that at face value, because I want to feel it. When you get their cells turned on, they will feel it. All right, folks, we got 2 minutes.
Okay. Well,
Ask
Shane.
a question. Anyone have a
Now,
question?
I know Michelle had people. Shane, I think, was one of them that had a question. Did you have a question, Shane, wherever he's gone?
Shane is no longer here. I bored Shane.
He disappeared. Okay. Does anyone have a question? Michelle's disappeared too. Rose, did you have a question?
Yes.
Oh, Grant has a question. Grant always has a question.
Go ahead.
What about hydrogen water? How does that compare with that?
Total hoax, total garbage. I've been checking out hydrogen water for years. I'm sick of watching people die thinking the hydrogen water hype is going to cure their cancer and all this nonsense that they talk about. If God truly wanted your body to use hydrogen water, I want you to find hydrogen water anywhere on the planet naturally. It's not. You have H2O, they're blowing it apart. It's another excuse to move. For some of them, they're selling acid alkaline ionizers, which are just health destroyers. And they came to me first multiple times, and they blow apart the water so you have hydrogen and oxygen hydroxide, OH and H. And that they're calling it hydrogen water. Well, OH, oxygen hydrate is hydroxide, is an irritant to your tissue. Sound like drinking water to you? But the extra hydrogen molecule, all it is another, it helps to neutralize free radicals a bit, but no, it's a total expensive hoax. Stay away from hydrogen water. I mean it so much. What you can do for people, and again, if it worked, trust me, this is why if you ask people over the years, what's the main thing they'd say about Fred Van Liew? They'd say integrity. I would tell you it's good if it was good. I also would be selling it and getting rich if it worked. It doesn't. People are dying because they're trusting that. And by the way, we have a major 5-star pushing hydrogen water trainer. He was 95% on Quanta Water, 95% cell function, one of only 3 people in the country. He's now in single digits because he's been pushing hydrogen water, and he's on hydrogen water. Is that where you want to be?
I know who you're talking about.
I'm saying it like it is, folks. I don't mince my words, but you're dealing with people's health. You don't put a $sign on their forehead when you're dealing with their health.
No.
You put a big T, truth. What do they really need? What can you offer that improves their health? And then their finances, if they choose to share, but their health comes first. And if they don't have enough energy to pick up the phone, let's get their energy up first. Hydrogen water is a hoax.
Okay, do we have any more questions there?
There's one in here that says, how long will one bottle of Harmony drops last if you take 2 drops on the back of the hand every 30 minutes while awake? You need about 3 or 4 bottles for the 30 days to do this properly. And those 3 or 4 bottles will cost you about the same as it costs us here in the States, maybe a little less than for the 16 bottles of Quanta Water to accomplish the same. That's why I say, tit for tat, when you're doing it right, you're going to spend the same amount of money. But it does cost a lot less to ship the Harmony drops. All right.
It's the shipping cost that's been the issue. So anyway, so thank you, Grant, for that. Do we have any more questions before our time is up?
Well, I put a question in the thing just as might be a silly question, but do the drops expire? Because the last few I've got from the New Zealand office had a funny smell, like an old stale moldy smell. Does that mean they've been sitting in the office for too long, or they're okay?
I've never found any expiration date on the Harmony drops or Quanta Water. And
okay, so they'll still be okay.
So they'll still be okay. And see, we do put some minerals in there. And the reason is our FDA doesn't like energy. So if all that was in there was energy, they get very frustrated. They don't understand it. And therefore, it's got to be crazy. They ignore results. I'm an observational scientist. I'm not a theoretical. If I can't see consistency of results, take hydrogen water, I'm not interested. If I look at the research and it's just a bunch of, phony baloney faux research, remember, he who pays the bill gets the research they want. And that's a fact, by the way. So the answer is no. And the smell, I don't know exactly why, except it could be a little, we ozonate the water and we ozonate the bottle to make sure it's sanitized. So over time, and believe it or not, when in those closed bottles, it can retain that little bit of ozone smell. So if it has kind of like a sanitary smell, could be the ozone. It happened
It's more of a musty, it's more of a stale, musty smell.
Musty smell. Again,
it's okay. Just as long as I know you can still use it, because I'm still using it.
Oh yeah. No, you can still use it.
Yeah.
And
will it protect us going through the X-rays at the airports as well?
Yeah, this is I was
Liz's
going to ask
question.
Liz what she meant by that question.
Yeah.
Both the Harmony drops and the Quanta Water are not diminished by the X-rays at the airport because they vibrate at a much higher vibration. That's why they support cell function, and why the cells, when you get them up, they can resist even the 5G. I mean, 5G is nasty, nasty. Did I say nasty? I mean nasty. It's really bad.
And the pendant would help as well, going through
65% protection from 5G. And when combined with keeping your cell function up, you can resist this 5G. And that's what I would do. And what if you hydronize your own water with 2 steps? What 2 steps, Carmen?
the vacuum and the blue light. Is what she's got after that. I don't know. Carmen, can you unmute?
The vacuum and blue light, is that?
I'm unmuting.
You know why they can get away with telling you that's what it's doing, Carmen? Because they know you don't know how to test. That's why I teach people how to muscle test 4 different ways. So you can ask all kinds of questions of your body, how your body's responding. And that's the beauty. Because the only thing you should be interested in is, how is your body responding to this vacuum and blue light water? Is there any benefit at all? These are the questions you can ask. Is it helping at the cellular level? Is it helping at the skin level? Is it helping digest? You can ask a billion questions and every one of them will come up, no, 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 no. But they know you don't know how to test.
Yeah.
Which is, I teach you how to test so that even what I tell you about my product, you can test yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Tests are not geared for a particular product. My tests are general body response. And that's what you want to know.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
if you want to know what percent of protection is this, I teach you how to test, and you will come up with the exact same as me. I teach you how to test on the cell phone. Without you go down. With it on, you're strong. But what percentage? Everything you get on Amazon to protect your phone, one of them is about 30%. The rest are less than 10, and most are less than 6%. all of them will make you go strong because the body says, well, that's some protection. I'll be strong. But you want to know how much protection is it really giving you? Isn't that what you really want to know? And you should
Yes.
ask. When you test a person on product and they go strong, well, if it wants even, if it's so deficient, it wants that, and it's just very low benefit to your body, but it's still a benefit, the body stays strong. So ask, is it more than low? Weak. Is it more than medium? Weak. Something you can test how much the body wants that product. I don't deal with anything less than medium or above.
Mhm. Well, I wear this.
What is it?
It's a, 5G protector.
Okay. Hold it against your body. Hold it against your body.
Hold it against
Hold it
your body.
against your body.
Hold on.
And just hold it against your body. Right there on your chest. No, on your chest.
On your chest.
Your chest, yeah.
That's
Hold it right
there.
there. Protecting her from 5G. Even a little. Someone has sold you a bill of goods, young lady. I'm really good when I test. And that
Is
is
that
not
good?
No, it's not doing a thing.
Oh, well,
Nothing.
I bought a few things. I bought this and the dome and the plug. And the Farrier bag.
Okay. That's why I teach you how to test. Because all you have to do is borrow that from the table, take it on someone else, test them without it, then test them with it, ask the questions, is providing any protection from 5G, it'll go weak. If it protects you from 5G, it should protect you from a computer or a cell phone too. The similarities are there. And it isn't. And they'll go weak. They put their cell phone to the ear. They've got that on them. Nothing. These are what people sell you because they know you don't know how to test. They know people are scared. They're making a fortune because they know how to lie. I can't live with lying.
Well, the person I bought it from was Monica Schmidt. And she's, she's been selling these for a long time. But I've only been using them for now.
Was she selling them before 5G?
Well, that I don't know.
You might check, because if she's been selling them and then 5G comes up, then she assumes that it's protecting 5G. Besides, it will sell more if she says it protects you from 5G. But if she doesn't know how to test, she doesn't know, and she's wrong. It doesn't protect you from 5G.
Oh, well, no, it is a 5G protection. It is the 5G protection. I've got the one on the back of the phone as well as this, and
put your phone up to your ear. Sorry.
Get it.
Did you get it?
No, put your phone up to your. You're watching. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, you're on the phone. Okay.
I'm on the phone.
Right, see this right here?
Hang on, come back so Fred can show you.
It's going weak. It's going weak. You're not getting protection on your phone. If you had a patch and you had it on your phone, any of my students would do it. It stays absolutely strong. And I don't fake it. I want things to work. You've got to understand, if you had something that worked, I'd be absolutely ecstatic, because you don't have everything I have over there. And if there's something over there that works, great. But you have been boozled. Sorry about that.
Oh.
And people can get mad at me because they have their favorites, and this lady would never lie to me, etc., etc., etc. Yes, they do. And she may not know she may not know she's lying. That's true. May not know.
She tests these things, she tests you with this wand thing.
Like a dowsing wand.
I think so.
You know what influences the dowsing wand? Is your belief. That's in all muscle testing. It's the cellular intelligence. When you understand it right, it's just the cells answering yes or no. Yes, it makes them stronger. No makes them go weak. But you can override it with your belief. If you impose your belief, I can make anything seem good. I can make water seem good on your body. I got to work hard, but I can make your body strong. Testing temp, I don't want to. I want to know the truth. But she believes in her product, and she can make it work. We're way over time. But
Yeah, I'm
it-
sorry. Thank you very much.
no,
really-
no.
Oh, you don't have to be sorry. It's good to know,
It's
Carmen.
important. And
Yeah.
Bronwyn can edit anything out she wants. I
No,
want you to have.
I don't edit anything out.
Oh, good
Um,
for you.
The
Okay.
Liz, okay, sorry.
Well,
Carmen.
that's really good to know because, one apparatus I bought was, actually, two of them
Okay.
were $200 each. Australian
Well,
Aussie.
Two of them were what?
200 each.
Oh gosh, that's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
My Amber
Mm.
Shield is not cheap. It's
Not this.
$347.
This
I
wasn't.
have it on sale for $199. It's going up a little bit because the amber's gone up, but this is happens to be an extra large, and these normally are $419 to $499, but they work.
Mm.
Now, question: would I do a 3-hour Zoom training for you in Australia? Yes, I would do that for you in Australia, and I
Mhm.
would do it. It's an odd time for me, but a good time for you. If Bronwyn or anyone wants to organize that, and
You have to have two people in the room.
yes. Now, for the muscle testing, you can do it alone, but you're going to miss a section of it that you don't really want to miss. In other words, I can teach you how to muscle test yourself to a certain extent. I can't teach you my Erk's Edna technique where I eliminate all past trauma, negative emotions, etc., and any spiritual interference. That's 2 days, 2 solid days. You need to have a partner for that. I would recommend you have a partner if you're doing the muscle testing, and it will cost you $7. It's $27 to take that 3-hour training. It's I just need to know who's taking the training, and I don't make money on it, not for the time involved. But if you use YGY VIP, when I set it up for you, YGY VIP, it gives you a $20 discount. It ends up costing you $7 to learn 4 forms of muscle testing better than
$7 US.
you. All right, what's that?
$7 US. Just
$7 US. Yeah, so $27.
now that's okay, Karen. We understand you have to go. Now, Liz said in there, Liz, can you unmute and explain what you mean by is it in a plastic bottle? Someone will ask. You'll have to unmute.
Is someone asking, is it
Yeah,
a problem? Is it a problem because it's in plastic bottles? Is that the question?
Yeah.
That's the question?
Yeah,
You got
so someone will ask, that's all. I mean, I trust that you've got it in something good, but I just want to answer that, your answer.
No, it's a great question, because that's people have been taught, oh, plastic's so bad, etc. Well,
Yeah.
if I were shipping it in glass, first of all, you'd pay 3 times as much because it's heavy glass. And second, I'd have liability because you break the glass or your kids will break the glass. Third, when like Quanta water is so satisfied, it not only doesn't pull anything out of the plastic, but if you have water, pure water that is in a soft plastic and it is pulled it and you taste it, you can smell it. You put a squirt of Quanta water in there, it neutralizes the free radical nature of all that to where it no longer has a smell, it no longer has any taste, totally neutralizes it out.
Does it do that with the fluoride and chlorine in the water?
It helps to neutralize.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
helps to neutralize.
Yeah.
Fluoride is what got me into water full time. My son nearly died from fluoride poisoning. And it so upset me when I figured out what it was. And God had to provide that answer for me. And within 2 weeks, I had him over it, but he couldn't tolerate mother's milk. It was just horrendous. We didn't know whether to wake up each morning. So yeah, you really want to filter out fluoride, or you get reverse osmosis or even distilled water in the supermarket, but you got to bring life back to it with the Harmony drops or with a mug.
Yeah.
And if
Well, Harmony drops are in a kind of plastic bottle.
and learn to pray. Yeah, they're in a plastic bottle too. And once again, majoring on majors, they're providing harmonics so that when you put them in the water, you're not tasting anything. All right. I mean, if you tell me you're putting the Harmony drops in water, in pure water, and then all of a sudden you're tasting, no, I'm sorry. And even the minerals we have in there, when you're talking 3 or 4 drops in a large glass of water or something, there's just not enough minerals in there to have any tastes. All right, they're just enough of those to satisfy the regulators. Oh, this is a mineral supplement, mineral catalyst or something. It's terrible, the games we have to play. because I can just use the purest of pure water, which is what Quanta water is. There is no purer water. It's just amazing, but it's the energy is like awesome. My pool is 1.2 million bioangstroms.
Oh,
It is like
wonderful in the pool. So
energizing swimming.
if you've got a swimming pool and you put the drops in there, that would help with the chlorine and the fluoride as well, would it? Is that what you could do too?
I have an 8-inch energy stick, just 8 inches
Okay, yeah.
in the pool, and overnight the pool turns crystal clear, and the water turns like the water turns like silk. Water turns like silk, and within 2 or 3 days, it's at that 1.2 million bioangstroms. It was negative energy when it was filled, and I run almost no chlorine. I have one floater in a 30,000 gallon pool floating with chlorine tablets and a little bit of algicide. And my pool, with several days of 105, 110 degree sun here, was absolutely spotless. No algae.
Can you buy those, or is that just something you've got?
Go to ewater.com. Everything's there.
Okay.
Everything is
Okay.
ewater.com.
When I post this up, I will put your website. I've got it on here.
Okay, and try to do things. There you go. Try to do things collectively,
Yeah.
because you can save. You can save. And
Well,
you know,
here in Australia, anyone who would like the mugs and whatever Fred's
Yes, please.
and
I
that
broke
thing.
mine. I'm so upset. I chopped it and broke it.
Oh, that wasn't very
It's
good.
devastated.
But if
That's
we get it, if we get enough, I will get
Same
do
with-
pre-
same with
do a
training.
pre-order.
Same with training. Go to waterdockenterprises.com to see what my training consists of. waterdockenterprises.com. And then if enough of you want to take the training, and let's say, is a Friday night your time a good time to take training?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably.
I can do it on a Saturday your time, and I just adjust my schedule to yours, and I'm the one that loses the sleep. And better I lose the sleep than I make all of you lose the sleep, so I can do it convenient to me. I will do that because I can go back to bed. I have learned that. All right, guys.
It's not the weekend you're coming up with your barbecue thingy in a couple of weeks for those in the States.
Yeah, that's right. I'll just buy a plane ticket. Come on over, get a free mug.
Yeah.
That'll be your $2,000 mug. All right.
Okay, she's got here. Tony put in it. She's obviously already looked you up. Has a sale for $119 US for the 34-ounce mug plus patch.
That's $159.
That's what I had that I broke.
The really big one.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, you sure that you had
It
this?
smashed into a million pieces,
this?
I can tell you.
Did you
That's the one I
have
had. The other one, yeah, that one, yeah,
At this one.
I had.
This
yeah.
30, but this thing is super fast, super heavy, cost you a fortune. This you can get from me for $99.
Okay, perfect.
So I'll give you another
US.
$20 off there, but that would have to be through me. But then
So
you
how
get
do
your.
how do we do that through you?
Well, if you all let me know, and if I get enough, I will contact Fred and we'll do it
Okay.
that way privately.
Look, I'd like one, please.
I'll tell you what, this bypasses no one, but let me put my phone number so that you can text me if
Okay.
you wish, or you can message me. You know, on Facebook. I have my Fred Van Liew on Facebook. Now, I'm not politically correct in any way, shape, or form. Please understand that. And so I stay it straight. I've been involved in politics since I was in my 20s. And so I don't get all bent out of shape. I've been watching this nonsense a long time. It just has gotten really bad. But I don't let it bother me. But for a lot of people, it bothers them. So we can't even have a discussion over here.
Getting like that here.
Yes, it
The
is.
same here.
And
Time
they've
to
done,
say enough.
and they've done it purposely. But there's my phone number there,
Thank you.
214-878-2568.
That area code is the 2121, is it?
That area code, you need to do the plus
Yeah, 0011.
1. No, on your mobile. Let me see. I will tell you because I have Fred's number in my phone.
The other way is, what's that green thing? The way of communicating?
What's that?
Oh,
What's
WhatsApp. Yes.
WhatsApp. So you can also reach me with WhatsApp. I'm Fred Van Liew on WhatsApp.
Yes. But
That
your,
may be-
your number is +1, and then because the +1 gets you into the US,
Yeah,
the same as he needs +61 to get
Yeah.
into Australia.
yeah.
And then what he's got there. That's all you need to put in front of it.
Okay.
That sound good?
Yes.
All right. So hopefully I've answered everyone's questions, or Fred's answered everyone's questions.
All righty, gang. I appreciate you. Yeah, the 13-ounce mug, which can be very handy for desserts and a cup of tea, etc., and for energizing and just being really light for shipping and all.
What's
This you
that
can.
one? How much
this
is that
one-
one?
This one, is $119, but you can get this for $69.
Okay.
So that's the one that Tony put up there.
I'd
that
like
is
both,
$119.
actually. Yeah, I'd like one of each.
You want the big one and the little one?
Yes, please.
You're talking the big one?
Well,
How
the
many
one,
sizes do you have, Fred?
I've got the 13, the 25 or 24, depending on which way you look at it. What it really holds. They always say it's 1 ounce more than it is. I find when I fill them up, I'm saying, what are they going outside diameter? But and then the 34-ounce. And here's the thing: it takes you, if you put a shaker in here, it's going to take 5 to 7 minutes to charge. If you put the shaker in here, it's going to be 3 to 5 minutes to get up to the 255,000. If you put it in my mega mug, 60 seconds.
yeah.
It is so fast, it's ridiculous. And you
I'd
put
like to buy some for Christmas presents, actually, for my family as well. So,
well, if the big
I-
one, they can everything so fast on it or in it. I really like it. Some people can drink out of it. I can, but I don't. All right. I drink almost everything out of the 25-ounce, but I charge everything in it and then drink it.
yeah.
Okay, so we'll have a discussion about that later, Liz, as to and work out which sizes everyone would like.
Yeah.
I will get
love them.
I'll get the list from Fred. Okay. We'll work this out. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for coming and sharing with us today, Fred. Unless we have any more questions, I can't see any more in the comments because you already saw Tony's. We will close it out today. And as I ask you all nicely here in Bronie's world, to stay safe, stay informed, be empowered, but do not live in fear, my friends. When you've got your harmony drops and your pendant and your shield on your phone, then you too will be powerful, beautiful, brilliant, and most definitely very brave. God bless you all, and catch you again tomorrow. Bye.
Thanks, Fred. Thanks, Bronie.
Thank you, Fred.